Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Eddie and welcome to Eddie's AI Lab, where we talk about tips, tools and hacks as far as AI is concerned. So guys, do you remember this game? We are going to recreate this game with you guys step by step using AI. Keep it here. So in recent months, given how good AI has become in writing code, there's a new term that has been developed which is called vibe coding. And today we are going to vibe code an entire game using Google AI Studio. So let's begin. I personally loved the snake game when I was a kid. This video is a tribute to the younger me. This is Google AI Studio. Google have tried their best to create an entire ecosystem where you can build as many things as you want using AI. And today we're going to come here to build. As you can see, there's home, there's chat. But for today, we're going to come to build. And right here is where we're going to begin creating our app. Okay, now remember, with vibe coding you can iterate your design, so we will keep on building with Google AI Studio as we go. So first we need a skeleton. We need to see the first draft of the app and how it can look. Yeah, so this is how we're going to start the creation. So recreate the classic snake game and put all the necessary features that it had. Yeah. Remember, we want to recreate the classic game first as it was, and then we will customize as we go. So recreate the classic snake game and put all the necessary features that it had. Just like that, we're going to hit run. So remember, the plan here is we want to first create the skeleton, and then we're going to build on it as we go. We are going to iterate, we are going to prompt again and again until we are very satisfied with how the game looks like. So now Google AI Studio is going to work. It's now doing everything it's supposed to do to code this game for us entirely from scratch. Again, this process is called vibe coding. Yeah, the reason it's called vibe coding is because you're literally vibing with an AI tool to create code. You're not actually coding, but you're talking to an AI tool that can create the code for you. So it's called vibe coding because you're actually talking, you're not coding. You can see it's writing the code on its own. It's really fascinating to see how far AI has come, because 20 years ago, if you told someone playing the snake game in 2005 and you actually told them that 20 years later they'll be able to recreate this game and play at their own time, they would doubt you, of course, because it was not fathomable that technology could get to this point. But here we are. We are literally vibe coding our favorite classic game from scratch, and you don't need to have any coding experience, and that is the beauty of vibe coding. Just like that, we have our first draft for the game, but as you can see, it's very far from perfect. So now we are going to iterate until we are very satisfied with how the game looks like on this first draft. So start game. As you can see, you're supposed to play with the arrow keys. Yes, the snake is swallowing the food, as you used to call it, and yes, that as far as that is concerned, that is working very well. Does it crash? Yes, it crashes. But again, there's a lot we can do to improve how this game looks like, right? So the first thing I'll tell it is we need to customize it with a name. So let's call this game Eddie's Snake Game. Yeah. If you have a child who loves this game, you can as well customize it to their name. So for this one, we'll call it, right here in this box is where you actually customize, you iterate the revisions you want done in the game. So we'll tell it to, let's rename this game and call it Eddie's Snake Game. Now, we all know that this game was primarily created for kids. So now we're also going to tell it the UI, or how the game looks like, it should appeal to a child. So the overall look of the game, look and design of the game should appeal to a kid. So let's first execute these revisions and then see what it will generate. Hit enter, and then it goes back to rewrite the code and add new code. So this is the beauty of vibe coding. There's literally nothing that you can't create. So let's see how it has done it. Again, look at that. Look at the difference. Eddie's Snake Game is there. There's the score, there's the high score, and then we also have now the actual game. So let's see if it has improved the actual gaming experience of this game. So start game. As you can see, it has also changed the food to be a strawberry. Intuitively, I didn't tell it to do that, but it figured that since it's for a kid, they'd probably enjoy the food being a strawberry. So nothing wrong with that. And as you can see, the snake gets longer as we play. So again, that is a plus, because it means the snake game as you know it is actually working. So as you play it, you can see, yeah, it's working as much as it should, and then boom, game over. So that works. But now I'm not happy with the colors. I think the colors should look more vibrant, because again, you can customize this as much as you want. So why not? So let's customize the colors and say customize the colors to be a deep purple color and a bright yellow color. So let's first see how the colors will look like once we have improved them. We also need to have more revisions to make this game more engaging. So let's first start with colors and then see what it will do as far as that is concerned. Remember, back in the day, this game was purely black and white. So now that we can actually customize colors and everything, it means to this point we've already improved on how that game looked like. But again, why stop there? If you can customize, if you can do more to make the game more engaging with AI without needing to code, don't stop there. Keep going, iterate and improve. And boom, look at that. The yellow and the purple look amazing. As far as design appeal is concerned, we are really getting somewhere. So again, restart. We also have to make sure that as it does these revisions, the basics of this game remain to be playable, because sometimes when you're vibe coding, you can do a revision on colors and then you end up having an issue whereby there's an error in the code and the snake cannot, doesn't consume the food, it doesn't grow. So errors start from there. So again, it can crash. Good. Yeah, now we want to add something. We want to add a better scoring system, and we also want to add a difficulty system whereby someone can choose the difficulty they want to play at. Add a difficulty selector and a better looking scoring system. I'm also not very happy with this font. The Game Over font is okay, but I'm not happy with Eddie Snake Game. So I'll also ask it to revamp the fonts as well to look more three-dimensional and still appeal to kids. So hit enter. This is what I was telling you guys about, going back and forth, iterating. Yeah. So here is the revision. The font has changed and we have the difficulty selector. You can now play on easy, medium or hard, and we can also see there's an icon for the snake that has been added. So yes, this is an improvement, but we need sound. We need something to keep you hooked to the game, which is sound. Sound goes a long way to making sure that you stay hooked to the game. We're going to tell it, please add some sounds to the game to make it more engaging, and add some movements when the snake interacts with the food. Also add movement when we hit a new high score. Let's see how that looks like. So yes, that is done. It has changed the UI a bit, but again, that's not a problem. But let's see if we have sound. So easy and then start game. Do we have sound? Yes, we do have sound. Amazing. So let's restart, then we see how it interacts with the food. Yes, we have sound. Yes, it's working. Amazing. And then we crash it. Amazing. As you can see, we have new high score, and it tells us that we have a new high score so that it encourages you to continue playing. I want you to look at some things here. As you can see down here, you can see there's add sound effects, there's animate food on it, there's add pause functionality. So these are suggestions from Gemini's AI telling you what you can do, or rather what it can add to make the game even more engaging. But I'm not very impressed with this new high score celebratory graphic. So I want to add that once I hit a new high score, I want to see some confetti across the screen. Confetti is used to show celebration, so we want to see that come here once we hit a new high score. We now need some background music to the game, so we can also tell it add some background music throughout the game and make it more engaging. We hit enter. Yeah, it's done. So let's see if it has added music to the game. So we are going to go on easy and then start game. It does have sound. Do you see the difference that sound makes to the game? You might find yourself spending a lot of time on this game just because it has this kind of sound. You see the confetti? Amazing! So there's a lot of improvements that we have done to the game so far, and you can go on and on and on and on. But now once you have your game, how can you share it with friends? How can they engage with this game as well? Once you come here, you can share the app. You first need to save the changes, so save, click save, and now you can copy this and you can share it with someone else to engage with this game. I'll put this link in my description so that if you want to engage with this game, you can go ahead and have fun. And if you want to play it at full screen, you just tap here and you have a bigger screen to play around with, and so the game becomes more engaging since the screen has become bigger. So again, the nitty-gritty stuff, yeah, the beauty that we have, that is called vibe coding. So now let's see, we've already beat our high score, so let's crash it, confetti on the screen. Amazing! What have you learned from this experience of recreating our favorite childhood game? AI coding will become better and better. Right now it has its own bugs, it has its own imperfections, but over time people will be creating entire companies, entire products that are 100% based on AI. Don't sleep on vibe coding. So that will be it for today, guys. If you found value in this video, please like. It goes a long way to helping my channel grow. Subscribe and have fun creating. I'll see you on the next one.